we have this amazing Adelaide Motorsport Festival. It's coming up February 28 to March 1, and we're going to have some pretty great names there. We have Valtteri Bottas, who we've adopted as our own here in Adelaide. He's going to be involved. We'll have David Coulthard, who was here for the supercars last year, involved. Mika Häkkinen is going to be here, Stefan Johannesson, and we are also going to be welcoming a great driver of the past and one here in Adelaide. Loves, of course, what we've been able to provide over the years with the Grand Prix here in Adelaide, and winner of the 1989 Australian Grand Prix at our street circuit. Thierry Boutsen joins us all the way from Monaco. Good morning to you, Thierry, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Wonderful to have you back. Is it exciting to have you return to Adelaide? And when's the last time you were here?
Yes, the last time I was in Adelaide was last year, actually, with the Motorsport Festival.
Right.
It was my first participation last year, and I was been really, really happy and thrilled to take part in this event. And as you know, Adelaide is something very special for me because winning a Formula One race in extremely difficult conditions there, it's still in my memory. I still remember every single lap that I did, going through my mind when I think about it during the night or during the day. It's a great place and great people, great circuit, and I really enjoyed every time I came here. Being able to be back into this kind of atmosphere like last year and this year is for me a fantastic event.
Well, Terry, you won in 1989 back at Victoria Park, and this is where the festival was held. You've obviously got some great memories there.
Well, quite a few. I mean, I finished on the rostrum, I think 5 times in all the participation that I did. Winning there, finished third with Benetton as well. So, yeah, great memories, but not only from the track, but also from the people. I mean, when I was racing in Formula One, I had a lot of people coming to see me, and I still have some friends that live down there. We keep contact with them. So it was not only a motorsport event, but it was also, I would say, a social event, yes.
Mm. And so what's the best part of being involved in this festival? There's V8 supercars, there's touring cars, motorbikes, drift cars, and obviously Formula One cars. What's the enticement to come back?
Yeah, Formula One is something very special because I raced in Formula One on that circuit, and seeing these cars running again with different people, but with Stefan, with other Formula One drivers, it's great. But what I like most is to see the evolution of the motorsport in the let's say the other categories in Australia, because we don't see much of that in Europe. So I really enjoyed last year watching the cars drifting on the circuit. I mean, it's something we don't have here. So I spent a lot of time looking at that and really enjoyed it.
Well, we're lucky we've had the supercars come round here every year, Terry, which is the last race they had this year. So, and we had a great weekend with that. And we talk about how cars change. Do you keep a close eye on the Formula Ones next year? They go into the new cars. Your thoughts around that?
Well, Formula One was very competitive at the end. I mean, you had something like 15 cars within 1 second, and it was quite competitive. And now they changed all the rules to start again with a totally different chassis and engine, and the regulation is changing to I hope will be the best. They make this change to follow the evolution of the cars in general, but the Formula One wants always to be on the top and make some developments that can be used in the road cars later. So I think it's a big jump forward. It's a big jump in unknown, because everybody starts with something totally new. So we might see some smaller teams being very competitive. We might see some top teams being non-competitive, but in the end, it's always a supposition now, but I think in the end the good ones will remain there, and the small teams will have their own place like they had this year.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my next question, Terry. Around, is it the top end that actually have the funds and the more money, in the off season to be able to find the difference and find, but you're saying the other way, that it might be the smaller teams that might actually bounce out of the blocks in 2026.
It's totally unknown. I think money does not make any difference, because there is a cap. I mean, you cannot spend more money than what is allowed. to develop the car and to run the car. So there's a limit for everybody there. Whether they keep the limit or they cheat, I don't know. But there's a few rumors going around. But I think no, it's pretty well controlled. Pretty well controlled. But I think, I mean, when everything is new like this, you might have a small team that finds a solution that nobody thought about. Yeah. There's a lot of talks at the moment regarding the development of the engines, and but it's always, before the season starts, there's a lot of gossiping going around, a lot of ideas that come up. It's totally unknown. We will see at the start of the first race who is competitive and who is less competitive. But I think that the way the teams are run at the moment, the difference will be very small between the teams. Between the best one and I say the last car, the difference will be very, very small.
Adelaide Formula One Grand Prix winner Thierry Boutsen, our guest here at the moment. You won't have to worry about any of the new car designs and technology when you're here for the Motorsport Festival, because you're going to be in one of the Leighton House F1 Porsches, I believe. You're going to be driving that around during the festival. This was raced back in 1987, so a bit of nostalgia for you?
Yes, I mean, I'd be very happy to drive that car. I've seen, I raced against it. I was driving the Benetton Ford V6 turbo car against the 87 Leighton House car in these days, and we were quite often together. I mean, with Capelli, Gugelmin, we were racing together, so we were very good friends, and I'd be very happy to sit in their car and have a few laps. And I will send a lot of pictures to both Ivan and Maurizio to tell them the car's still alive.
Well, that counts.
And that will be
Go on, sorry.
Sorry. And that will be the same with the Porsche, the 962 that I did a lot of races with 962 in the 80s, and from, I think, 83 until 86. And it's a very good car, but very good memories as well. I won quite a few races there, so it will be a good point to come back in my memory, yeah.
No question about it. Well, the scored points in Monaco, the F1 car, and I wanted to ask around the Monaco Grand Prix, because you are there, so I'm sure you watch it and you get to see it. Do you think in this day and age that the Monaco circuit is fit for the Formula One race car in this day and age, and the way they race and the size of the car?
The cars are pretty big and they're pretty long and wide, but the regulation will change it. That will make it a little bit smaller size. But Monaco has always been very difficult, but very difficult does not mean impossible. It's always been a circuit where overtaking is a big challenge. It's up to the drivers to find a way to pass the driver in front of him if he wants to overtake. It's not impossible. We've seen many overtaking maneuvers in Monaco, sometimes a little bit hazardous, but challenging. But it's. I mean, people always talk about it, but don't see the reality. The reality, it's a track where everybody goes around, and it's wide enough to overtake. It's just because of so many corners, very challenging. But it's possible.
Well, not only are you flying around in Formula One cars and Porsches, you've got your own aviation business, Thierry. Run us through that.
Yeah, I've got two businesses. One is aviation. We are brokers. I founded the company in 1997 when I retired from racing. Actually, it's a company dedicated to the sale and acquisition of business jets, and I started this in 1997. My first client was Heinz-Harald Frentzen, the Formula One driver. Second client was Keke Rosberg, and then I had Mika Häkkinen and Michael Schumacher as clients. And it all started like this, without any plan. I didn't have any business plan or anything like that. It just happened that I found some clients just like this, and then that's when I decided to really go for it. Form the company, employ people, and then and develop it. And to date, we've sold something like 430 airplanes in 72 countries. So pretty international and really good fun. Really good fun to meet new clients, to meet people from all over the world. And it's very different than the atmosphere of racing, because we are fighting with not racers but with customers who really want to have the best deal, and we want to have the best deal as well. So sometimes a little bit tricky. So the knowledge of the people that we deal with in these 72 countries is something very important and requires a lot of preparation. Okay. And I've got another business which is a classic car sales operation here based in Monaco. So we buying and selling and sourcing cars for collectors. Some cars are, I mean, these people, they're really looking for the best of the best and the latest of the latest and the one of one. And we have a very good, through my racing experience and my car experience, and also the aviation, I have some really good customers, and I can find the right car for the right customer. So I really enjoy doing that too.
Sounds exciting. You got any part-time jobs going around?
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
A quick question though, Thierry. We're a bit biased over here in Australia. We all thought that our driver, Oscar Piastri, got the rough end of the stick.
He did.
You've obviously been involved, in terms of being a partnership in a Formula One. How is that relationship between the two drivers, where you're both trying to win, but you've still got to try and win points for the constructor and do the right thing by your partner?
It was a little bit tricky at the end of the season for the team and for Oscar. Yes, I was really disappointed to see him not winning the championship, because I think he deserved it. But racing is racing, and you have to be capable of handling all the difficulties that you have with the car, with the racetracks, but with the team and the organization of the team, the tactics of the team, the politics inside the team. So it's a learning curve. Don't forget that, I mean, he's very young in Formula One. He's done a lot, probably half of the races that his teammate did. So he's still got a lot of things to learn. Going through difficult times, that's where you learn the most. As Jackie Stewart always said, you don't learn anything from winning. You only learn when you're second or third, or worse. So I think for the future, I mean, I can bet on him that he's going to be world champion one of these the coming years. That's absolutely for sure.
We love to hear that, and we hope it does happen. Just because of your expertise in that field, I'd love to know, what is a really unique quality that the greatest drivers have, and who is the greatest driver that you've ever either watched or ever raced against or known?
It's a very difficult question, because every driver has got different qualities, and it doesn't mean that to win you must have the same qualities as the other one. I raced against people like Senna, who was extraordinary as a man and as a driver. He was capable of, you would give him a car with 3 wheels, he would still put it in pole position and win the race. And he had also human qualities, which, he was my best friend in Formula One, so I got to know him quite well. And he should have been the godfather of my second son, but unfortunately he had the accident 2 weeks before my son was born. So that's how close we were. For me, but for my generation, he was for sure the best one. For the others, I didn't race against Fangio or Schumacher or these people, so I don't know. I cannot really judge. It really depends on the car as well and the team. If you put Max Verstappen in let's say in a Williams or in a car like this, he would not have won races. As soon as the Red Bull did not work very well, but he was very upset, didn't win races. So it really depends on the material, and the driver can only show his qualities when the car goes well. So it's a motorsport where the motor is very important. It's probably the most important thing. And of course, you can recognize that Max Verstappen is a world champion. He's been I think 4 times now world champion, and he's been winning so many races. Same with Hamilton. But was Hamilton better than Fangio or than Jim Clark? Nobody knows, huh? Nobody will ever know.
They're great questions to ask. Well, Thierry, we can't wait for you to be here in Adelaide. The Motorsport Festival is Feb 28 to March 1. Any day of that festival, I'm sure you'll be a part of it, and we'll be able to pick your brain and learn from your incredible experience and expertise in the sport. Thank you so much for sharing your time, and can't wait to have you.
Yeah, I can't wait to be there too. You know, when I was invited, I was so excited, and I got everything ready to go. And you know, if it would be tomorrow, I would be in the plane today. So that's so excited I am.
Well, feel free to race over as early as you want, because we'd love to have you here for as long as you can. Thierry Boutsen, thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.